Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Stellaris. In the last episode, we try to get our fleets in to help with the war against the Ostia Theocracy, but the Narians pretty much had that in hand. They eventually drove them to surrender, and they gave up a bunch of systems, so they kind of ripped a chunk out of that. And we were able to get the Titan technology. We've designed a Titan, the Soul class Titan. Also updated the Andrew Hood class battleships with a Spinal Lance, which is good. We've updated our fleet layouts to include a Titan. That'll have to get around to being built. How expensive is that anyway? 2,600 alloys. 227. Tabana gas, I think that is. 4.6 kyber crystals. Rare crystals. Nanites. You can see we have a nanite repair system. Yeah. You should be pretty good once we're able to actually afford to build one. We just now need to get our fleets back home, get their battleships upgraded. Task Force 1 is currently undergoing upgrades on their battleship. And then I think we're going to get back to work on the former cooperative of Arvoth territory. Try and get that restabilized, integrated. Well, might not be integrated, but we might be breaking them off as a vassal state, much like we did with the Leto Republic over here. But yeah, we're going to be trying to, restabilize our borders as we work to try to stabilize, the entire galaxy. So, that's going to be quite the project, I think. So, let's get into it. It looks like, actually, hold on. We got a bunch of shipyards that are not connected to the trade network, and I did not notice. Yes. Uh-huh. Probably just connect them there. Okay, so that's our trade routes. That should work. Do piracy along the trade route. Piracy. We have piracy along this trade route as well, which I've tried to mitigate. Have your fleets patrol this system. I have a fleet patrolling that system. Maybe I need more patrol fleets. Alright, well, what about... Because the star bases are expanded as far as they're going to get. Well, maybe I need another patrol fleet, or I need to make my patrol fleets bigger. Virus suppression. Okay, well, let's create a new fleet. These are 10 Panthers and 5 Tigers. No, I didn't want to create a new fleet. Whatever. What I might do is just have a fleet, the new patrol fleet, just patrol between the Flump system and the Caster system, and just back and forth there. Alright, we now can build Penrose spheres. I only have really one system that can work on that. SAI Super Artificial Intelligence. Okay. What are the other options? Photonic miner shield boosts. I guess we'll grab that because it's the cheapest one we've got. Let's see. Greetings, my esteemed president. I come before you today as your humble vassal requesting aid in maintaining stability over my realm. The Blorg Monopoly, which is... you. This... though it looks like a chunk just broke off of it. A group of dissidents has taken over one of our sectors and has declared themselves independent from both us and you. In the worst case, the Overlord or the rebels could take control of all of our territory. If we want to retain ownership of the territory they've seized and prevent them from seizing more, we need to crush their rebellion. We will take the lead and put down these rebels.
We have declared war.
Yep, that sounds about right. Alright, where are my fleets? Or ground forces? Ground forces. Where's the home fleet? The home fleet is... there. Do they actually have a fleet? They do. I mean, 78%. We just finished this. I can get this fleet moving. Lock down their star bases, destroy their fleets, and then we could occupy their planets, take them down. Yep, this will be done in just a moment.
Ships upgraded.
All right. Get to work. Actually, I don't think we're going to need to send everybody in. Because let's get the home fleets Task Force 1 should be more than capable of dealing with this situation. Put them on aggressive stance. I'm at -1 minerals. Really? Alright, what about my mining worlds? Can I do anything to try to increase output of minerals? No, only building another district. Well, we might as well go ahead. I mean, we're not going to lose a ton, but let's go to the markets. Let's increase our buy. Wasn't the Canadria system supposed to be a mining world? Yes. What we can actually build here is probably one of those lichen mining plants that turns food into minerals. Yeah, do that. This colony is almost complete. Or to decide what it's going to be. Alright, you are not the third fleet. You are...
Colony established.
Patrol Fleet Delta. And we need an admiral. Sensor range, hyperlane detection range, sub light speed. Yeah, so you're gonna be perfect for a patrol fleet. Alright, patrol fleet Delta, head for the Flumph system.
System survey complete.
I need to move an army. Alright, let's get an army moving. Maybe a couple of armies. Merging with Task Force 1. The strong magnetic field around Alpha Centauri Quartus has caused some problems with electronic instruments on the surface. Recently, the effect on our computers has been especially notable. So far, it is unknown what has caused this flare-up, although we suspect it to be temporary. Magnetic disruption, giving the following effects, nothing. Imminent situation. Yeah, we're promoting investment. That should resolve eventually. Alright, so we did establish a colony. I think it was Hadar Prime, right? Yes. What benefits do we get here? Alloys from jobs. Mining districts +6. We have no blockers. Do I want to make this? Well, this is going to be more a better, like, industrial world, I think.
Hostile station engaged. Construction complete.
That is a new battleship being added to the fleet.
Construction complete.
The Sooth Empire has declared war on the Meta Post-Human Republic. Okay.
Construction complete. Incoming transmission.
The Meta Post-Human Republic wants an embassy. Yeah, sure, why not? All right. let's let that ship merge in. Task Force 2. You change your plans. Go ahead and get some upgrades. Home fleet, do the same thing.
Research complete.
There's the photonic matter shield boost, proton launchers. Yeah, we'll grab that. Probably not really going to use them. The ruins of the wrecked Titan found in the Soul have been restored and effectively brought back to working order, and while most of his weaponry had to be rebuilt from scratch, the craft's outer hull has not been drastically altered aside from minor repairs. Regardless, the mighty vessel is now ready for service once more, perhaps for the first time in millennia. Excellent. We'll take a look at it. There's our restored Titan. Alright, what do we got? We have Perdition Beam, we have large Kyber enhanced turbo lasers, large super heavy ion cannons. I think it's actually using the same layout. Yeah, it's using the exact same layout as our Titan design, which is excellent. It's actually a Soul class Titan. We built it to our spec. Excellent. Alright, so let's go ahead and have that merge into the home fleet. Cannot merge fleets that are upgrading. Well, then get moving.
Ships upgraded.
Alright, Task Force 2 is upgraded. Daniel will soon play host to yet another Dyson Sphere operated by the Spear and Compact. Violent clash between the armed gangs that run the criminal underworld on Earth. I thought we were dealing with that. Well, we've dealt with most of the unemployment. Crime is at 0%. Okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Hostile station engaged.
Alright, Zoltar's Maw. We're going to have to get that started. It's going to be quite expensive. Orbital artificial ecosystem repaired. A ruined orbital artificial ecosystem was brought back to working order by our engineers and biologists. Where was that again? it's not there. It's in the rim system, right? Yes. There's a lot of defense stations there. Disaster strikes the Meta Gulk Friki Trading Consortium Empire. A global catastrophe on the planet. Okay, there's some sort of catastrophe. Oh, that's a much more... That's an ion cannon. I see. They had some serious defense stations.
Ships upgraded.
Alright, we lost a destroyer, 5 corvettes, 4 cruisers, and all 4 of our battleships? Are you kidding? No, they are not kidding. Are we gonna have to deal with... Yep. Ion cannons. Alright, well... We have that locked down. I was hoping this wasn't gonna be needed, but it looks like it is. Alright. Get that Titan merging with the home fleet. Task Force 2. Go ahead and join in and reinforce them. It'll take you a while to get there, but so be it. Well, it's all on
Hostile fleet engaged.
hyper relays. The hostile fleet was a science vessel. So what is this fleet doing? Moving to the Sumanita system. Okay. That's fine. It'd be easier to do it this way. Okay. Alright, actually it is set up. Never mind. It did work. Restored Titan's already in that system. Starnation, formerly known as the Ritu Flame Builders, has been destroyed by its enemies. Ritu Flame Builders were destroyed by the Ritu Flame Builders. Alright. Alright, awakening to psychic powers, psionic abilities. I'm sure we've seen that before. Looks like our minerals have improved. Now, how many alloys am I going to need to build this Penrosphere? Just out of curiosity. Penrosphere construction site. We're going to need 5,000 alloys. We need 3,700 more. Can I afford that? I'd like to at least get that moving. It's quite expensive.
Research complete.
Not sure why our energy credit income just dropped. Alright. Negative pressure thrust increase, hyper shield capacitors, streamlined support craft. Build cost, destroyer build cost. That's very expensive. Science Nexus. I think we'll grab the plasma cannon. Our treaty with the... Our trade treaty As an active sensor link. Okay, now we're back positive. For energy credits. Alright. I just order those ships. Yeah, hold on. Cancel that order. Yeah, cancel that order.
System survey complete.
Wasn't thinking about what I was doing. We destroyed a destroyer? Somebody did anyway. Let's see, there's Task Force 2. They're not that far away. And there's the home fleets. We're going to gather all 3 fleets, and then we're going to send them to the Zubin system to knock out that starbase as well as the enemy's combat fleet. There is a large-ish Mathilian League fleet here in the Izar system. Oh, actually, one thing we could be doing here. Actually, what this fleet's already doing is attacking that habitat. Are there any armies? Oh, there's a lot of armies on that habitat. Far more than I want to deal with. What about here on Nova Athenia? Yeah, a lot. A lot of armies. Oh my goodness, this is going to take forever to grind down. All right, well, while we're waiting for ships to get into place, let's see if there's any planets here that need some help. This planet looks like it needs some help. Let's see, we need some amenities, we need some housing, we need some workers. So yeah, build me a city district. A whole bunch of guys just got destroyed. Okay. This is definitely not going to be a mining world. We probably have enough industrial worlds. What are my other options? Scientist died. Where are you located? There's a large shipyard in this system. Let's build it as a fortress world. And let's see, we need some commercial zones. And get me a stronghold. Alright, home fleet is almost here. That means that Task Force 2 has almost arrived. Alright, we're going to be heading to the Zubin system, so actually you are probably going to want to turn right around. Hold on. Ruthenian League wishes to sign peace with the Romanus dynastic union. Sure. Alright, let's get my fleet staged at the edge of the system. End of the Romanus dynastic union. End of the Republican superhuman systems. Rathelian League, I think, absorbed a couple of, smaller empires. Okay, there's the 5,000 alloys that we need. For the Zoltar's Maw system. Go ahead and get that Penrose-Sphere construction site. Under construction. Now, alloys can start going to reinforcing this fleet. So we had one battleship under construction. Time. Alright, well, both these fleets make for this system. Their entire battle fleet. You want a commercial pact? Sure. Consists of 3 battleships. Now there are 2 battleships. I think the Titan's Spinal Lance did a number on them. Holy cow, I just watched 2 of our battleships get destroyed almost instantly. Jesus Martinez, the capital of the Akira, impressed the Admiral so much that she is officially requesting he get a promotion. No, stay.
An alien empire has established communications.
Okay, home fleet lost a destroyer, a cruiser, and 2 of its battleships. I saw that happen. The Task Force 2 lost a destroyer and a battleship. Oh. Alright then. I want to knock these down, and then we'll worry about replacing losses. We have some debris. Do I want to send a science vessel? This will be the nearest one I could descend. Alright, go for it. Alright, is this another one that has... Yep, this is another one that has, one of these big things there. Seems that it can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. Either that, or I need to take a look at my battleship designs and make sure there isn't something missing there that would be there. Right. That starbase is knocked down. One more to go.
Incoming transmission.
And then we'll send these fleets out to begin laying siege to planets.
Research complete.
Dimensional reactor, ablative ballistics, armor damage plus 5%, armor damage specialization, negative mass core, FTL speed, hyper jump charge time,
Incoming transmission.
hyperscale refracting apparatus, gateway construction. Let's grab gateway construction. Migration treaty? Sure. As long as you don't lose the Titan, I'm fine.
Spaceport under attack.
Spaceport under attack? What? No, that's just some ground forces. That's not an issue. Alright, that's taken care of. Lose anything? Task Force 2 lost 2 of its remaining battleships. And the home fleet lost a cruiser. Alright. So be it. You head over to Phoebe.
Station under attack.
Hold on. Okay, you're going to bombard. You need to come over to this system and bomb that planet. Reports from our colony on Alpha Centauri Quartus claims that there's been an increase in feral behavior. Apparently, parts of the population has expressed hitherto unprecedented levels of lust and aggression, and no one knows why. Odd.
Research complete.
Alright, there's an increase in naval capacity. Anything that increases our max starbase capacity. I'm not seeing it. Unlocks dynamic core igniter. Planet Mars is surprisingly becoming a very attractive destination for adventurers, curious explorers. The young colony's small spaceport registers an unprecedented influx of arriving ships. Alright, so we have a immigration influx onto Mars. Okay. You know what? Clean up those tile blockers.
Incoming transmission.
The Zorat Assembly wants a migration treaty. Alright. Actually, what I think we're going to do is home fleet. I want you to move back over here. What are... Yeah, that shouldn't be over there. Move some of our transports around. Where's the science ship that's going to go analyze my debris? Just queue them all in. Alright, but these guys should be pretty well locked down. They're still saying no because they're, you know, demanding unoccupied planets and demanding unoccupied systems. What unoccupied system am I demanding? I don't know. The feral behavior on Alpha Centauri Quartus shows no sign of stopping anytime soon. In fact, it has risen since the last report. Promiscuous and violent acts happen all the time, and a large part of the population seems to be affected. Rowdy bunch modifier added. This is getting out of hand. Well, build a stronghold. You need blockers cleared. And this is supposed to be a research planet. So we need you to build a research labs. Alright, where are we at as far as bombing? Still way more there than I'd like. And just an impossible number of enemy troops sitting on this planet. Yeah, hopefully it's heading home, right. Well, it's heading to prepare for another operation, is basically what we're up to. In fact, let's go ahead and have it reinforce. Why are we negative on energy credits? Yeah, we have a researcher we need to replace. I forgot about that.
Colony established. Research complete.
Assist research on Earth. New faction, the Human Primacy Movement. Those factions seem to like disappear as often as they appear. Advanced Xeno Agriculture, spices, great spice fields. Planetary Lavender Greenhouse. Building slots +1. Let's grab the Great Spice Fields. Well, one thing that we could do is we no longer need this. We definitely... Oh no, that's sell. I can cut... that down. That might help a little bit. A terraforming candidate. But I don't think that is anywhere near where we want to be. No, not even close. The situation on Alpha Centauri quarters is spiraled out of control. A staggering number of inhabitants are now infected with whatever is causing this feral deluge. The colony has started to break down because of it. Something needs to be done or Alpha Centauri quarters will be lost. Alright, well then do something. Rooting out the problem. Let's take a look. Barrel overload. Rooting out the problem. Available. Go ahead and take a look at it. Oh, and we establish a new colony. This will be probably just another straight up industrial world. I need a good generator world. Or you look at my existing generator worlds, like New Hamburg here. So you know what? You are a generator world. Let's see. Laser conduction energy distributor. Yes, let's do that. Let's do the same here. Right, we need to do an energy grid. Except we're now plus 323. I don't know why that is bouncing up and down, but it's fine. But I think we're at the end of the episode, so we're going to go ahead and stop here.
Special project complete.
Oh. Just a second. The investigation of the strange and wild behavior currently besieging Alpha Centauri Quartus has been completed, and the vast network of caves tunnels that permeates the planet's crust, an enigmatic fungus has been found. It grows all over the caves, floor, walls, ceilings, and stretches out for thousands of miles. The fungus frequently releases spores that are vented out of the caves. For what purpose has not been established. We do know that for certain it causes primitive behavior in our species, releasing primal urges within. We can try to find a useful application of this phenomenon, or we can exterminate the fungus altogether. Live. Exterminate the cave mushrooms. You know what? Let's try and find a useful application. Alright, but we'll go ahead here and end the episode. Need to replace our losses from our ships. They kind of took a bit of a pounding in that fight, but that looks to be largely over. We just now need to grind them down. Yep, just need to grind them down now. Occupy their planets, and then that should take care of it. In the meantime, we're going to have our other fleet come over here and start working on these guys. The home fleet. Get them back up to strength, hopefully. And, yeah. Work on that project some more. See if we can stop getting distracted by things. Alright, but for now, we will stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.